the Telecom Leadership Forum 2014 in partnership with Voice and Data. Over the next half hour, we'll focus on various facets of the Indian telecom industry, including factors that can catapult it onto the growth trajectory. The best minds from the industry have converged to discuss strategies and ways to recharge this sector. Take a look. The Telecom Leadership Forum 2014 in Delhi saw leading players and industry experts coming together to allay the common misconception that the industry is stuck in doldrums. They also discussed possible solutions to recharge Indian telecom. Among the luminaries at the event was the advisor to the Prime Minister on IT Infra and Innovation, Sam Pitroda. Pitroda drew from his half-a-century-long experience in the telecom space to deliver a compelling keynote address on how to recharge the Indian telecom industry.
See, first phase in telecom was about connectivity. Connect two people, two institutions. Second phase is about using that connectivity to improve productivity, efficiency, bring about change, reforms, create new products, new services. I think the second phase is all about applications. It is not about just you and me talking. It's about me talking to machine to learn in education. It's about me talking to machine to get health information. It is me about talking to machine or machine talking to machine to get information on agriculture. So it's really about democratization of knowledge and not conversation. In a country when you had only 2 million telephones, to go from 2 million to 900 million phones, it was growth all along. Okay, so industry had to smile because it was orders coming in without really looking for orders. Okay, now you have met the objective of 900 million phones, and now orders are not coming. In the process, you paid little more for the license. In the process, there were so-called scams. That's okay. That's part of growing up. It's not that it happened only in India. It happened all over the world, in every country. Now, the growth has to come from applications. What do these people do with their phones? And that's the challenge. And that's the second phase of telecom revolution.
The forum organized a power-packed panel discussion with industry leaders. The largest theme of this discussion was to bring up the positive side of the story and to discuss strategies to re-energize telecom in India.
I feel everybody is very much aware of this data dominant phase which is fast ushering in Indian telecom scenario, and everybody agrees that a lot of investment is required by every operator in the network to make it more, to make the customer experience very good so far as data consumption is concerned. See, all the networks currently are all voice optimized, so they have got to be data optimized, and for that some investment has got to be done. We have made a comprehensive plan of capital spending in BSNL over coming 5 years. About 40,000 crore we propose to invest, and we shall be investing it in our all three business verticals: consumer mobility, consumer fixed access, that is landline, and also the enterprise segment. And we shall continue to add equipment in the network as and when required basis.
The way LTE is coming and the way data revolution is coming, we need to do a lot in this country. If I see as an Indian, if I see as a very, very macro level, as a country we should think that because this is a future technology, and this technology also is ultimately going to the strength of the nations, right? So in that part, are we doing something to make our manufacturing strong? We are importing everything. We have examples of Chinese companies who got very good funding from their system, and today they are big companies, huge companies, world level companies. So do we have similar example in India? We don't have none of that. We are in a field, we are in a business where time is money. We are in a business where technology changes in no time. Now if technology is changing so fast, and if we take making policy decisions so slow, ultimately there will be always a mismatch. So government also have to work at the same pace, at the same speed at which the industry is changing, the environment is changing.
Well, it's time to slip into a short break right now, but the deliberation will continue at the Telecom Leadership Forum 2014 at New Delhi. We'll be back in just a short while with all the action. Keep watching ET Now. Welcome back to the Telecom Leadership Forum 2014 at New Delhi. Let's take a look at the power-packed panel that's discussing and deliberating on some significant issues of the Indian telecom industry.
What does a telecom service provider in an Indian context bring on the table? A, the reach, fairly large subscriber base, and B, the affordability for a common man. And so if they have to expand this service now, or the network they have built, to somebody to come in and offer their services, it could be a content service provider, it could be sports, it could be health, it could be retail, it could be anything. They should be able to leverage this network, and that can only happen if the operators themselves want to provide that service. They're not going to succeed because that's not their DNA. But if they leave it on to the service provider to provide that service but get easy access to the network, only then it will happen. And in the process, that incremental revenue that everybody earns in the process is going to be beneficial to the entire chain.
I think there is a lot more optimism in the industry than a year ago. After the spectrum auctions that at least have resolved issues around license extension and continuity of the business, I think the industry is seeing a way out. The industry can deliver in the future far more broadband for India, but it needs healthier operators for that. Today the debt on the balance sheet is too high. There is not enough network investment. We saw a planning commission coming out with a report over the year 2012-13, and where they had expected an investment of 105,000 crores in the telecom industry. In reality, it was only 31,000 crores. So that proves that there is lots of money not going into the networks that should go there, because India needs the connectivity.